Hi guys, welcome back to Can't Chase Paranormal. I'm a little bit knackered. It wasn't a big hill, but it's just so cold. Basically, I'm actually in Sutton Park. I'm looking for Henry VIII's hunting lodge. So I don't know if you can see this. I am pretty close to it. It's a little bit blurry. I am pretty close to it, so I'll put a camera on. There's not too many people about, but like I said, it's really, really cold, and you can never entirely sure where my Google Maps will lead me, so I'm just going to tread carefully. And if I do find it, or I find something that looks, oh, that's interesting. So whether somebody had laid down a bunch of sticks and stuff to note the area, I'm not sure, but there's like a circle of sticks. So this feels really kind of weird. I don't know whether you can see this. There's like a circle of sticks. It's been laid all the way around. It goes around in a big circle. According to this, I'm not too far away from it. I mean, I don't know whether whether it was like a wooden lodge or a stone lodge. But I've got to be on top of it. This has got to be where it is. But this is so weird. I mean, according to my Google thing now, I don't know if you can see, there's two blue lights pretty much together. That indicates I'm literally on top of it. And this is what indicates where the lodge was. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my meter out. This is really, it's actually quite spooky to have. I mean, I'm sure that the park rangers have put these down as a marker or a perimeter of where this lodge is, so that people can find it without it being too signposted. So I'm going to find somewhere just to put my meter down to see. Okay. Right, I'll do what I always do. I'll put the meter down on the ground, and I'm about 5 foot away from it, and so there shouldn't be any kind of interference or anything. It's interesting. Once you get into the woods in Sutton Park, there's literally nobody about. Where I parked, which is about a quarter of a kilometre away, it's just people walking their dogs. And just imagine how it was to have a hunting lodge here. The horses, and it's pretty amazing. It's like a different world. If I could go back in time, I would love to. If I had like a safety bubble, I would definitely go back in time just to explore these places as they were back in the day, see what was going on, and who this Henry VIII character was really like. But like I said, I'd have to do it within the safety of some sort of mystical bubble of non-harm. But no, this is. I mean, that's just. At least this place has sort of been marked well, and that's great because it shouldn't be too hard to find them at night. And I need to kind of think carefully about my route out of here as well. You can see the perimeter that way. It's a lot more clear when you're in the distance. I mean, that's just crazy. And by the way, I'm using the camera that was broken before, and it's just kind of crazy because what happened was that I just left it. I'd left the camera out, and I sort of kind of lost a lot of enthusiasm at that point for investigating, and I just left the camera out on a top of a box, and it'd been out there for about 2 weeks. I hadn't used it, hadn't opened it. I tried a few days before and after the December investigation to get it going, and it was just doing exactly the same stuff. And then one night I'm sitting there on the sofa, and the cat comes along, and the cat literally knocks the camera off. I think she was scraping her face on it, and she actually knocked it off onto the floor. And I opened it up, and it actually worked. So thanks, little cat. So yeah, so a big thank you to my cat there for repairing an electrical gadget for me. Cats have got their skills. They've got the art. Just gonna be quiet for a while. Nothing much going on. I mean, I can't tell you how cold it is. We've had some really mild days, so compared to anyone who lives in a climate where the summers are nice and the winters are freezing with 4 foot, 5 foot of snow, then it probably doesn't really compare. But there's definite wind chill factor today, so I would say, because my ears are gone, I can feel my ears aching as well. So I'd say it's probably about 0 at the very least, if not a little less. There was a frost this morning, so that's an indicator of that it was a pretty cold night. If there's any spirits here and you want to make contact on this very historical spot, please let me know in some way. Throw a stick, a pebble, a rock, if that's what you would use, or just make a noise, or you could even, if you can even touch the little box that's on the ground. It's a little box with a small glass window and a blue cover. Then is this hunting lodge a place where you have fond memories? Is this a place where you spent many days hunting? I mean, this is Sutton Park. There's nothing here that I would be potentially scared of. Although I did have one experience which you can check out on my channel. But I can hear like little bits of sound around, but I think it's probably just the trees and it's crazy when you come out to a place like this and it just kind of feels so far away from all troubles of any kind. It's so apart from the dog barking, it's so peaceful, and I'm pretty sure that maybe when his hunting lodge was here, some of these trees weren't. It's such an experience to be in his place, and of course we have a Roman road as well, which isn't too far away, and so the Romans would have had some activity in here. I mean, yeah, geez, just to be able to kind of go back and peek in on those times would be absolutely amazing. I mean, I often get upset when I think that, my mom had a camera and my dad had a camera, and when I was a kid, we my mom would take pictures. I mean, I'm assuming like having pictures processed was quite expensive, but when I try to search for old pictures of where I lived, the neighbourhood, I can't find any anywhere, and it's just one of those things where you wish you could go back with a camera and just take pictures of everything that you see, and have a pictorial representation of the land as it was. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll invent a device to look through time. Maybe not be able to travel through time, but to look, and that would be absolutely amazing. That'd be the best blockbuster movies any day, to be able to glimpse a window through time. I would love that. I'm kind of rabbiting a bit, but I just feel that it's good. It's a good place to collect my thoughts, because the world is a crazy place at the moment, and it's in stark contrast to when you get out into parks and nature, and even if you find a park in the middle of your city centre, but most of the people are in the shops, then you just take time out. There's less people. It feels a space to breathe and just think and enjoy. My meter hasn't gone off at all. Henry VIII's my name. If there are any spirits of woodland in this beautiful park, this beautiful wood, that want to come forward and just let me know that you're here by affecting the little blue box. Please do. Please come forward. I don't mind if you throw a stick or a pebble or a rock or just something significant that I can recognise as being, parts of the spirits of these places. Yeah, it just feels so peaceful here. You know, there was a time when there was areas of this park that just felt utterly evil, and I don't think it was the imagination of, you know, a child, but I think when you're a lot younger, you have an innate sense of good and evil. When you get older, that kind of gets a little bit mixed up and confused. So, you know, that's when you kind of trust maybe the wrong people, and you don't actually rely on your senses anymore. You rely on um, external information about people and about, you know, places and things. I just think when I was a child, you know, I'd come up here and you could walk in some parts of this park, and it would feel warm. And I think my brothers used to call it parts of it like the Greenwood, which was Mirkwood before it became Bewitched, and they used to refer to other parts as Mirkwood because you kind of just get the feeling that you were being watched all the time, and it wasn't necessarily the parts where the woodland was dense and far away. The parts that were scariest were the ones that, you know, people during the day would probably travel through a lot. And yeah, for sure, you know, we've had some experiences in this park that when the weather warms up a little bit, I'll take you to where we experienced some what I think was occult activity, and I'll take you through the description of that. But this is the place I've never been, so this is, and I am literally on top of where this hunting lodge was, so that's pretty cool. I wonder what this place is like in the summer. Anyway, I'm gonna pause the video there and maybe come back to it.